Hey guys! So my husband Ray and I, we got married September 17th, 2016, just last year, only a couple months ago. And I wanted to share the whole wedding planning process with y'all as sort of a series, a wedding planning on a budget series. Him and I had a pretty tight budget. We got married in Charleston, which is a very well-known, expensive place to plan a wedding. So we learned a whole lot of tricks and a whole lot of ways to save money and have the wedding of our dreams on a budget, and I'd like to share them with you. First off, I just want to say congratulations. If you're watching this, I'm just going to assume that you've recently got engaged, and that's such a huge deal. You know, it's you two committing the rest of your lives to unconditionally loving one another, supporting each other, and really being a team, and that's a huge deal. So my first tip is to really enjoy that moment. You know, relish your engagement and relish this time together and celebrate with your friends and family, because you're not going to get a time like this again when it's really all about you until your wedding day. But just enjoy it. You know, don't rush right into planning, but enjoy celebrating this huge, monumentous commitment that you're making to one another. My second tip is that this is both of your day. It's not just the groom's day or the bride's day or your mom's day or the mother-in-law's day. It is both of your day, and it's important to involve both of your opinions in all of the planning. The best piece of advice Ray and I received when we first started planning our wedding was to separately sit down for about 30 minutes and write down everything that we wanted in our day. Everything that we wanted to feel, how we wanted the day to feel, what we wanted to be included in the day, and anything we could think of that we wanted our wedding day to be, we wrote it down. And we came together and we shared those things, and it really helped us prioritize in the wedding planning, you know, to focus on how we wanted the day to be and what was important to us. You know, I remember one of Ray's things on his list was fried chicken, and and we both really wanted to focus on our ceremony, because we just believe that that's the most important part of a wedding, is the actual commitment that you're making in front of all of your friends and family, and that commitment to one another and God. Tip number 3 is to talk about family involvement. Now that can mean something totally different to everyone, but in our circumstances, we just wanted to come together and decide how we wanted to involve our parents in the decision making and planning through the whole process. And part of that was sort of figuring out the budget. Now, we were lucky enough to have parents who were willing to contribute to our big day monetarily, and that was amazing, and it really helped us to have the day of our dreams. But you also need to, you know, have that conversation and be aware of the different personalities within your families, so you can kind of unite as a team to make the planning process a lot smoother. The last step in the whole initial planning process, I think, is coming up with your budget. Now this can be kind of the hardest part, but you really need to determine, based on what you can contribute, what family members can contribute, or whatever the case may be, you need to figure out what you can spend total on this day. This is going to affect where, when, how many people, what you're going to do. It's going to determine so much about your day. So you really need to get that figure right when you're starting. Because if you're planning on a budget, you need to know that budget from the get-go before you make any big important decisions about your big day. I'll expand more about the budget in a later video, but one of the most helpful parts once you have your budget is getting back to that list. Getting back to that list of what's most important to you, what's most important to your fiance, and that really helps you determine where you splurge and where you cut within your budget while you're making all of the big decisions. And that is my step 1 to wedding planning. Just enjoy this time, enjoy your family and friends, enjoy each other, and just relish in this moment of this huge commitment that you're making to one another. I will be back with more planning ideas, budget ideas, and all of the things that we went through in planning our wedding to make it the day of our dreams. Comment below if you have any questions or if there's anything you want to see within this wedding planning on a budget series, and I'll be back with more. Bye.